One thought, one number.
Today's note.
As AI gets better, companies may be able to produce more with fewer workers. That means jobs may become harder to find. But here's the strange part. The jobs that remain may demand more of your life than ever. Not 8 hours, your entire day. Most people think work costs them 8 hours a day, but a job can quietly take much more than that. It can take your sense of control, your emotions, your free time, and even your money. The first cost is your sense of agency. Work is supposed to let you use your skills to create something useful. But many jobs separate the worker from the result. You follow a script. You fill out a form. You move information from one screen to another. You hit a target that exists only because someone above you decided it should. At the end of the day, you may have been busy for 8 hours without creating anything you respect. That is what alienation feels like in everyday life. You are no longer treated as a person with judgment and imagination. You become a replaceable unit of labor. And when the work has no connection to your abilities, the usual reaction is not rebellion. It is indifference. You stop asking whether the work matters. You just wait for the day to end. But losing your sense of purpose is only the first cost. The next cost is something you have to perform every day: your emotions. A job does not only ask you to complete tasks, it often asks you to perform a feeling. You may have to sound enthusiastic about a product you do not believe in. You may have to pretend to be busy when there is nothing to do. You may have to praise a manager's idea, even when it is clearly weak. This gap between what you feel and what you show is emotional labor. It appears in customer service, retail, offices, meetings, and sales calls. Sometimes, the people who move up fastest are not the people with the best ideas. They are the people who are best at making powerful people feel important. After a while, the hardest part of the job is accepting that there is no real problem to solve, while continuing to look enthusiastic. That performance has a cost. When your outer behavior is disconnected from your inner life for long enough, you become tired, numb, and less certain about what you actually feel. And emotional exhaustion is not the only thing the job takes. It also takes the one resource no paycheck can restore: your time. The third cost is time. People say an 8-hour workday takes 8 hours. It doesn't. Add the commute, add traffic, parking, getting ready, and the time spent staying available in case work suddenly needs you. Then add the hours required to recover after work has drained your attention. Your day is no longer one block of work followed by one block of freedom. It becomes a collection of broken fragments. You cannot start something meaningful before work because you have to protect your energy. You cannot do it after work because you are too exhausted to concentrate. Your so-called free time is quietly converted into preparation for the next workday. Even staying employable becomes another job. You need new qualifications, better performance reviews, more experience, and constant proof that you are still worth hiring. And when work follows you onto your phone, leaving the office no longer means leaving work. When time disappears, money starts leaking out to replace it. The fourth cost is money. Work is supposed to make you money, but working also creates expenses that never appear in the headline salary. Gas, parking, lunch near the office, work clothes, coffee, ride shares, paid cleaning, convenience services you would not need if you had more time. This creates a strange loop. The more exhausted you become, the more money you spend to save time. The more money you spend, the more you need to keep working. Sometimes the spending becomes emotional too. After a difficult week, people go out, drink, shop, or buy something new just to feel that life contains one positive moment. But the relief does not last. You buy one thing, enjoy it briefly, and then start wanting the next thing. Meanwhile, your home fills with unread books, unfinished games, saved movies, and hobbies you never have enough energy to begin. The problem is not that you own too little. The problem is that you have too little time to experience what you already own. That is why doing something slowly can feel more valuable than buying something new. Repairing an old object, building a computer from separate parts, spending time learning one game instead of rushing to the next one. These activities create something shopping cannot: a sense of relationship and control. You are not just buying an object, you are giving it a history, and giving yourself enough time to become part of that history. That reveals the deeper contradiction. The more things we buy to make life feel better, the less life we have left to experience. So maybe the real question is not, why are people too lazy to work? Maybe the question is, Why does work leave so little room for a person to live? For a long time, full-time employment was treated as the normal way to organize society. But if stable work becomes harder to find, while every job takes more of a person's life than the contract admits, that system starts to look less natural. Some people argue that income should eventually be separated from employment, perhaps through a universal basic income. That idea is still far from reality, but the question behind it is already here. If work is supposed to support life, what happens when life is forced to support work instead? People may not actually want to do nothing. They may simply want enough control over their time to do something that feels like their own. And that may be the quietest cost of a normal job. It can slowly sell away the part of your life that was never supposed to be for sale.